Okay, abusuya yɛbɛma makwaba soronko so aba POG Media so mɛhwɛ sa afei no waba like na subscribe na afei so etuma share dwumadi no ama foforo nso nsa atumi aka ensam ekoso my Ghana mu ayen so ya depend yɛsɛ brand no yɛbɛmi abedwafo ahunu ne eko ene de eba na de ensam ene ekoso ɛwɔ political highway no so ɛyɛ N.Addo Mr. Akuffo Dampare wantia sempa in the evening ni nyina ye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eno da letter the Bible ntia wo twese eyade a wasake ende yebeka ne se former IGP Mr. Akuffo Dampare isan se menemo ka se eyade a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was sworn in Christian Tete Yohunu as new IGP of Ghana Police na IGP Dampare na chese no da o receive news wi anopay NTI yenya ne se papa no e din sembia betudwa chese NPP gurus obi baby e de omuti atetena ni nyina ye Techiman South etu tutu a course wo ho a nipa 8 e fa so e hwere omo nkwa omo a na mu ye behind that act no na chese Dampare so Unreally and as beka se B0lďly wetima ba bonten aba abeliki omudi we ene bi mu se na chese Dampare nke ansa kewa anka nsem hihye obo a anka onfamba emma meto abonten abusua ensema akoso highway ni so ne de ano ed ne papa etimi waste mu time kra me person ba me yakone yakwakuti de course ni be na sana be kono be sure se wo nsem kai bia or be share a comment section well like share dwumadi no ma foforo so nsa entumi enka bi meramase.
Everybody wanted to rest. It has started raining. Boom! The presidency gave us a notice. Oh, Mr. President. But if you want to sack somebody, do you wait until nightfall? That was the question that ran through my mind. He said our IGP has been changed. In fact, some have used the word sacked. Some have used the phrase pushed out. Some have used the word, now I don't want to use it. So this is the notice that came from the presidency. Thursday, March 13, 2025. President Mahama appoints COP Yohunu as Inspector General of Police. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Articles 91 and 202 of the 1992 Constitution and in a consultation with the Council of State, appointed Commissioner of Police Christian Tete Yohunu as the Inspector General of Police. And for those who don't know, the erstwhile administration had said that Christian Tete Yohunu was the Deputy IGP in charge of operations. Subsequently, I think the government was sued. Then the Attorney General went to court to say that, oh, there's nothing like Director of Operations here, Director General of Operations here. So for those who don't know, I just refreshed your memory. He replaces IGP Dr. Dampare Akuffo. COP Yohunu brings 40 years of experience to the position of IGP and is expected to oversee the modernization of the police service. Literally, that's what the letter says of the Ghana Police and transformation of the Ghana Police Service, signed by Felix Kwachio-Fosu, spokesperson to the President, Minister for Government Communications. Now I looked at the letter, I said, oh, but the presidency could have said a simple thank you to IGP Dampare in the letter, but I didn't see that. As is the practice, when you finish your work, they say, oh, we wish you well in your future endeavors, say thank you for your service. But I didn't see that in this letter. So that is COP Christian Tete Yohunu is a crime fighting lord, as the police people themselves call him. And he replaces IGP Dampare. And IGP Dampare, for those of you who know, not so long ago, he was at his mother-in-law's funeral, dancing nice, bobo, agbaja, and the rest, and that was it. No, go back small and pause. Pause the video. I want to see the three men in the frame. No, I want to see the three men in the frame. So you see, IGP Dampare is there. Some have argued that it's not yet his time to retire. That argument is okay to make. But it's the president that appoints and disappoints. And there's precedents. Mrs. Mills Robertson, there's also General Blay. There's some precedents in the previous administrations. Is it good? Is it not good? I don't know. But you see, the two gentlemen standing by the IGP, the one in spectacles is the Director General of Prisons. You and I know that he has gone past the age of 60, correct? And then the one next to him is the Comptroller General of Immigration. You and I know that he's gone past the age of 60. Contract extension, but it's still there. Now with IGP Dampare gone, would that signal a complete overhaul of the heads of our security agencies? In fact, if you go to the Ghana National Fire Service, Chief Fire Officer Kuno is also gone past the age of retirement, contract after contract. So come back to me. Now, the question is, what did IGP Dampare do? What exactly did he do? People have been asking the questions. Or people are asking and saying that, oh, is it just yet time for him to go? Mind you, in the previous administration, and we'll go to the IGP Kokonsa tape. In the previous administration, elements of the previous government, after the Asin North by-election, were so livid that they asked that IGP Dampare should go. I stood here on this platform and asked, what exactly was his crime? I asked that question here. And today, again, I'm asking that same question. What exactly is his crime? I said, in the previous administration, elements of the previous government had asked questions and said that IGP Dampare should go. I stood here and asked questions and said, what had he done? I asked those questions. Do you remember? I asked those questions. Now, this is an IGP who is literally a celebrity IGP. He's buying coffee Brookman, you know, he's meeting school children, he's visiting crime scenes, he's going to places where policemen had been murdered, you know, because we couldn't provide them bulletproof vests. He's directing traffic in shorts, you know, he's communicating for the police. This is like literally a visible celebrity IGP. Did the people like him? More importantly, did the police people like him? I don't know. I just came to ask questions. Did the public like him for pulling a Jerry Rawlings stunt by directing traffic? Or, more importantly, did the people who wear uniforms, who call themselves policemen, or who we call policemen, did they like him? I'm not talking about the ranks alone. I'm talking about the officer corps and the very top. Did they like him? Did they not like him? What did they think about him? It's a conversation that should be had. Then some people also say, they are Dampare boys in the system. They call them Dampare boys. They do whatever they want to do. In fact, some of the people who spoke about the incident that happened to the fire service PRO, Alex Kenate, say that the boys who did that, and we are yet to independently verify that, but some police people are saying that the boys who did that are Dampare boys. And I've always said that, look, it is when you leave the scene of power that you get people saying all manner of things. So all these opinions were there, and people bottled them up. Yesterday, when I tried to find out for some police people, they also told me that, but go to the police headquarters. Go and see how IGP Dampare has paved the place. Go and see how he has nicely painted the place. Go and see how he has transformed the entrance to the police, headquarters. Go and see how many motorbikes have been procured. Go and see how there are policemen at every junction and every intersection, every traffic light, and trying to make sure that things are working well. So again, if somebody is doing all of that, why was he disliked by some people and why was he liked by some people? But even the good book says that if everybody likes you, Jay, but one of the things that I have spoken about, and I'm sure many other journalists agree with me on, about the IGP that I did not like, which I have not shied away from, even while he was in office, not now that he's gone, even while he was in office, was the fact that he had centralized every form of communication with the police. It is Grace Xp0sě who will have to speak to you. And even that sometimes it is through press releases. In fact, most of them through press releases. And you and I know you can't talk to paper. You have to write. So the centralization of communication was a problem to make all of us journalists. All of us. Because if something happens at Asankregwa today, unless IGP Yohonu changes it, if something happens at Asankregwa today, the PRO at Asankregwa will have to send information to the headquarters and brief them, and then they will have to put out a press release on their behalf when they were not there. They call it situation report, sit rep. And you ask yourself, this is not how we have known things to be done. But well, I remember that when IGP Dampare came, he said he was going to make sure that the image of the police is changed. Maybe that was his plan. I don't know. But do you also remember the IGP?
Abushia, it is some no be any eko kuti na ye brother Johnny Hughes esa de to so na watch say e yade a IGP na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama asake no a very good thing. Panemom ye wo impayful bi no ma omo aka wo eye Ghana police ni mu a ebi edi 60 years 70 years wo say omo ko ekwaje omo ho me na moja monofo eba be ginam enso nda me no ka say omo da ho ewo police service mu a omo ye adwuma ti we na wo hwe John Dramani Mahama His Excellency say omwa no ntimi nsake dan kofo ni nyina esan se ende opama Dampare a na chidifo nyina wo se omu nyina edi na chi na chidifo nyina wo se omu di na chi esan se untimi mpamo osono papa na wunjai osono mba ewo ho osono mba no omu beba benyini ababeda no osono papa nti ensama Johnny Hughes nso de to so no de na ano eden a ode afutu nso koma eye papa ya pawo no aye Mr. Christian Tete Yehono as new IGP no watu no for say ombra no ombra be adwuma enchen Dampare isan se Ghana for de ye bejeje wo so na oba na oba bokwasa ya yesa me ye aka wachi a ensama esa course no de na anu ede ti mapesa be for sa me yakoti Johnny Hughes ne nsama on the toes
Bugri Nabu COP Alex Mensah Superintendent Asare, Superintendent JB. Do you remember the IGP Kokosa tape? We still do not have finality to that matter, even though we spent a lot of money in Parliament trying to broadcast that publicly to the rest of the world. And that is where I may say that Parliament has failed us, because we have seen many of those probes from Parliament, whether it's the Sputnik v Chobo or Cash for Seats, Kukwajima Menu Sputnik v Chobo or Cash for Seats. We have seen that. The probes had been done. Somebody had admitted that I wasn't thinking straight. We still don't have the report. We still don't have a verdict. Some of the members of those committees have even left Parliament, and we still don't know the answers to it. And then there's also the conversations about the 8 people who died in the 2020 elections. In fact, in the 2024 elections too, people died. I remember that the presidency wrote to the IGP ordering him to conduct a probe or investigation and report to the presidency. Did he do that? I don't know. But it was a matter of concern that had been said over and over and over and over and over again. Could that have been one of the reasons why he's gone? I don't know. There's also the conversation about ACP Dr. Agojo. You remember that? He's embittered. Really? Could that have been one of the reasons? I don't know. This lawsuit by Imani and Professor Kwesi Enim, could that have been part of the reason for which the presidency or the executive decided that it's time for IGP Dampare to go? I don't know. I am only asking very simple questions. Now, the reforms that we're talking about, we may want to put a certain burden on the shoulders of IG Yohonu. Please put this picture up there. He has a few years, right, to make a mark and leave a legacy. And these few years, I will say to him what I said to President Mahama when he took over from President Akuffo, that the sins of President Akuffo must not be repeated by the sins of President Mahama. Similarly, the sins of IGP Dampare, if there are any, and if what the police service people and some other civilians say is true, because you worked with him as deputy IGP, you don't have to follow that same path, because if not, you will crash. We live in a country where we have an appetite for overage people being at the top and choking the top so young people cannot climb up. I don't know, but maybe, just maybe, while you try to leave a legacy, say, maybe, just maybe, the presidency may change or sack the current immigration boss and replace them. I hear there are two contenders now. ACI Akuffo, who had been kept on his rank for 8 years, and then DCOI Basintali. That's what the immigration officers are saying. Maybe, just maybe, the presidency may change the Director General of Prisons and ask him to go today. Maybe, just maybe, the National Chief Fire Officer will also be asked to go. But then it raises a question. And yesterday I was chatting with a senior man as to the quality of security that we have in the country. It raises the question. And I've said here that given the way we hurriedly recruit people and even train them half-heartedly, you may walk into a police station and not be too sure if you are talking to a party police, a proper police, or a protocol police. You are not too sure. And I've told you my own experience at the Kanishi police station. You may not be too sure that even the man that you are leading to your house, or you are leading to a certain crime scene, or you are telling, or you are informing about a situation that is happening somewhere which you consider to be a crime, you're not too sure if you are speaking to a proper police, a proper protocol police, or a political police. And it cuts across, even into the military. You will sometimes see somebody in a uniform and you look at yourself when you were their age and you think, how did this person get in? You will find people who are less than 4 feet wearing uniform. And then you find somebody who is almost 6 feet disqualified. The person is not sick. The person is healthy. The person is well qualified in terms of academic credentials, and yet the person is told that you can't get in because somebody from the top has brought a list that must be fulfilled. If we do that to ourselves, we're actually hurting ourselves. And that is where you empower citizens, even though I disagree with what some citizens do. That's where some citizens are emboldened to even try to take away the weapons or the rifles or sidearms of people. Was there anything like Dampare boys at the Ghana Police Service? Was there anything like that, like Dampare boys at the Ghana Police Service? And if there was anything like that, what did we or the police management board or the police council do about it? Public perception, if you allow it to stick forever, it becomes the reality. It becomes the reality. So the two gentlemen handing over the baton nicely. But is IGP Dampare happy? Is that the end of the road for him? Will he be reassigned somewhere? Is he going to be a security attaché in one of our embassies? Or is that the end of the road for him? Is he himself happy? I'm sure that yesterday he had told somebody that, office, come to the office tomorrow. I have an appointment at 10. He may have booked an appointment with somebody. But this morning it won't be, because they say the appointment of COP Yohonu to be IGP takes immediate effect. Oh no, but the letter sacking you, we saw the letter for the first time in the evening after 7. And I'm just saying that if we saw it in the evening after 7, he may have received a copy earlier. I don't know, but I'm saying by in the afternoon, he may have to, we remember Yakwakwa at the airport, right? Do you remember Yakwakwa at the airport? He was on a tour with the minister, showing the minister the airports, the ins and outs of the airports. When his sack letter was handed over, the journalist told him that, boss, you have been sacked. Soon thereafter, they brought his letter to him. Things have happened in this country before. The man was conducting, a tour with familiarization with the minister. He was showing, this one, when you turn left, you see this. When you turn right, you see this. Boom! They say, Chairman, take your sack letter. Anyway, so IGP Dampare, we thank you for your service to the nation. And we wish you well in all your endeavors. And we welcome COP Yohonu. An Okada rider spoke about IGP Dampare. He says it got to a point, IGP Dampare instructed the police on the streets not to stop and arrest Okada riders and extort money from them. If you did that, you'll be dealt with. So he was asking me that, will COP Yohonu continue that? And I said, go and read the traffic laws. I don't know. Me, I'm not a policeman. If the government of the day is interested in making Okada an official transportation thing, they'd have to amend those portions of the law and then have you ride. But there has to be rules and regulations. As I said earlier in this week, I don't know which driver's school trains people to ride Okada or tricycles. But you find them on the road. Some are professional, some are utterly reckless. So COP Yohonu, welcome. Welcome and welcome. Let the discipline prevail. All those people who are doing braids and wearing beard and walking around and beating people up, other security service people up, and it must be a thing of the past. We want the police to be our friend, and so must it be. Have a good morning.
Okay, Abushia, it's winning so much as a course. Our political highway, so I say officially, IGP Akuffo Dampare, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was sakena sisi wetima appointed a COP Christian Tete Yohunu as new IGP of Ghana Police, and Damino Kase Yasuo Papani in. It is the IGP Dampare de or your former IGP. Sisi on your IGP beam. Papani Nisha Awards in a day, and no air there was at my barber exposi a NPP gurus efa a Techiman South Carolina, a course on Tebusham Dimisiana Madama Samade Penny, and me could see some a course or political highway. So, POG Media.